Yay! We are here on Heather Nichols' Facebook business page, and today we are talking about the Generative Business Pause with Jeni Be.
Hi guys!
Hi! And I'm so excited to ask you a couple questions about this.
Let's go for it. I'm excited to talk.
I love to talk. I love questions and I love talking, so we'll do well. So the Generative Business Pods. Oh, wow. Okay, so what do you know about them?
What do I know about them? Wow. I started doing them nearly 5 years ago, or 5 seasons ago, whatever way you want to look at that. And I bypassed 2. So the first 2 I missed, and I longingly looked at them saying, what would it take, universe, for me to get on there? And I had all these points of view that it was too much and it would be too intense for me, and like 6 months commitment and all this rubbish. And by the second time I looked at them, I was like, oh, if I'd have chosen this 6 months ago, I would be here now, and where would I be in my business? So these 6 months of not being in the pods made me question even more. And then it's the same again. So I didn't choose them then because I had points of view about money. My dad was really ill. I made every excuse under the sun. So when they came around for the 3rd time, I was like, right, I'm choosing this. Universe, show me out. And basically I dived in and I said to Heather, look, I'm a bit worried about money here because I can afford the first 2 months. And it was Maggie that said to me, look, don't worry about that, because what happens is as soon as you engage with your business in a different way, the money comes to you. And I'm like, yeah, I've heard that one. Totally and utterly heard that one. Let's see what happens here. So I've got 2 months. If I choose this, can you promise me that I'll have the money to pay for the 3rd one? And Heather went, look, I can't do that. It can't be on my back. It has to be on your choice and your commitment to you. Because when you commit to you, you drive your business. And I went, wow.
What? What did you just say?
When I commit to me, I drive my business. So the commitment to being present with my business, which is not outside of me, part of me, allows me to generate, create, and institute my life, my living, my reality as me, through me, and totally drive my life in a way that I'm desiring. So the demand of me to show up, to be present, to communicate and institute exactly what I'm asking to be allows my business to flourish. So within the first 2 months, I was on a way to creating my life in a totally different way. By the 3rd month, I literally had made enough money to pay for the rest of the series. And by the 6 months of the business pods, I'd made more money in these 6 months than I had the full year before. So it turned my life around, and I was like, wow, I'm doing this again. Because it's like you guys, if you do bars class and then you do bars class again and you do bars class again, each time you hear something that you don't quite hear before. And the same with foundation, the same with choice of possibilities.
Yeah.
These business pods are exactly the same. The 6 months intensive journey with you asking to be present doesn't allow you a back door. So you can't run away. You can't say, oh, I'm not choosing this time. Well, you can. You just don't show up. And you don't come on the calls. But because there's literally something every week, and Heather engages with you and pushes, and I'm saying pushing, but not in your face, like pushes the energies of momentum that allows you to, it's a bit like, if, you're caught in the wave behind her wake of her pushing through her reality and creating her business, and you get pulled into that and you get pulled along with that. It's easier to be in the wake with Heather creating, and it allows you to institute that through your business. Now, these are kind of weird and wonderful words, but basically what it means is it engages you in a way with your business you've never done before, and that's what it allows me to be.
Wow. Well, with what I've even noticed with working with Heather and even having these conversations with you and her whole team, is that Heather makes a demand, like such a demand in her world
Totally.
that whatever, you know, like whatever you're choosing, whatever you're asking for, it opens up that space then, right? Like then for you just to be like what you said, I love how like you talked about like being in that wake of it, because she is making the demand for her business as well.
Yeah. So totally. And I said to Heather, look, I love this. What can I do that will allow me to choose this again? And what is it? She said, well, okay. You can come and work for me, but you don't get anything for free. You actually work for it, and pay extra. So what I did was I did like an internship with Heather, like the first 6 months after that, so I could choose the pods again and pay for them and still create with them. And then I chose them again, and I chose them again, and I chose them again. And the last 3 pods, I've managed to be totally and utterly grateful for being able to play with you guys in a different way. So I get to facilitate with you and your businesses in a totally different way. And I do something on these pods called office hours, where you can just turn up and sit for an hour and listen to a whole load of questions from other people, or you can drop in and drop out, ask a question, and then go away. And basically, it's a different way of facilitating you with your business. If something comes up for you between the calls, then I'm there and able to have your back, and so is the rest of the people on the office hours. And there's a real close-knit community that evolves with these pods, and that's what I love about them as well, is that close-knit community, not in a community way, but more like a real like collaboration of energies. And
Like a generative space is what I keep, like I've been talking about this and hearing the feedback, and that like that is like I've heard it. It's such, you know, been a contribution to that generative
totally.
space of everyone. And you're talking about even like the office hours, and I got chills because, you know, I myself have several businesses, and even like the other day I'm driving to work and something came up and I'm just, what do I, what question can I, right? Like that.
Yeah, and it's always about like what you think is about. It never is. I'll give you an example. We, back in the beginning, I think it was the second pod I did, I said to Heather, look, I keep getting wakened up in the morning by this weird energy in my universe, and I've tried clearing it. It must be a demon. There's something wrong here, you know? And Heather's like that, well, wait a minute here. Wait a minute. Let's ask some questions.
Yes.
So she asked me, like, you know, what is it? What can you do with it? Can you change it? And basically, she facilitated me to look at it in a different way, to be with this energy that I was not willing to go near. I was literally trying to asphyxiate out my life, you know, totally and utterly suffocate it and not be with it. I would rather try and kill it than actually be with it. And she said, look, what if you chose to be with it? What way could you bleed you into its reality? And I'm like, well, that's different. Because one, that gave me the energetic space to be bigger than the energy. Instead of making the energy bigger than me, that I had to kill it so I was better than it. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And so she said, what if you could bleed you into that energy? So I did that, and within like literally, it took me 3 weeks of like really being with it.
Yeah.
And the third week I wakened up, and one of these wakening up in the mornings, like bolt upright. Oh my God. And I had this, you know, moment of clarity, of awareness that was beyond anything I had before. And this energy that I'd been trying to kill and push away was actually the energy of money, my own reality with money. And I went, shit, there we go.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for Heather actually asking me to look at that in an entirely different way and be with that energy in a different way, instead of like concluding that if I killed it, then it would be out of my way.
Yeah.
And that opened up even more for me.
Wow.
So that one question, to actually be with it in a different energetic space. Now Heather does all these amazing energetic exercises as well, and she'll pull them out the bag when you least expect them as well on the calls, and it's like bam, and you're like, wow.
Yeah.
And these really contribute to your business because they allow you to engage with your business in a way that doesn't allow your cognitive mind to be affected, and allows you to be with your business. So it opens up, and this is a key part for me, is like, what is it you be with business? And you've heard other people talk about this, like being with business. And this is where the pods are, because to me, the 6 months journey opens up that beginning to evolve who you are with your business that is actually part of you, you know?
Wow. Thank you for that. And I'm sure I've never thought money, was a demon or tried to get rid of it
I know.
at all.
But
I'm invited.
it was that other thing as well, that choice trumps everything else. You know, it outcreates the clearing, it outcreates the mind trying to find a solution. It's just choosing to be with it in a different way and allowing that space to evolve opened up more. And
Oh,
that is just like off the charts for me. And the whole 6 months journey is that, because you do not have a back door, you cannot walk away unless you choose to disengage. And Gary Douglas actually posted something today. I put it on a meme. I'll send you it as well. And he said, well, true commitment is to you is about not leaving, not choosing to leave. Um, and I went, right, okay. So it's like, where do I leave me? Where do I leave my business? Where do I not engage with me?
wow.
And that's where the business undefined part comes in as well, because this can't be written down really in a book. It's about your own specific journey, and everyone's journey is different. And what are you willing to choose? And in what way can you engage with your business that you've never done before? If it's totally undefined, then what can you choose to be with it?
Like, woo! I think I have one last question. And like you've said so many amazing things. I'm gonna have to re-listen to this. But one last question. So these generative business pods are business undefined.
Yeah.
So we got to talk a little bit about that. And what is business undefined?
What is business undefined with me?
Yes.
It's following, like, where we're talking foundation. If you've done foundation, there's the question, choice, possibility, contribution. There's that part of it, but also there's an energetic thrum that runs through my business, and my business will scream loudly at me in a way that I've learned to acknowledge that it means business when it is this loud. And that communication with my business is something that evolved over time. I evolved with me being not willing to invalidate me by discounting it, being willing to communicate with it, like the part of money, being willing to communicate with it and not push it away or deny it and say, right, okay, this energy is here. If I didn't run from it, what can I be with it? And that part, the energetic way of business is what I love. I absolutely adore that. And like, one of my specialty classes is about the journey of energetics. It's called Adventures into Energetic Wonderland. And it's similar in that way, where it's allowing the energies to be present in your life and actually allowing them to dictate. Now, with the latest piece with Access, talking about the engaging the elementals and being with the energies of consciousness and beings of light and contribution, it's like, if you allow all of that in the mix, then to me that is business undefined. Where they are willing to show you things that you may not have acknowledged ever before. And if you're open to that, then it can that crack of possibility in your universe can open a floodgate of contribution that is undefinable, totally and utterly.
Yes.
And that can sound a wee bit way out, and it may be for some people, but it's where I'm aware that a lot of the contributions come from me, and yeah, I'm willing to go there. If you guys are, I'm willing to talk about that as well. And Heather knows all of that.
Oh my gosh, how's it get better than that?
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Like,
Good.
I wanted to keep this quick. Like, this was quick and just amazing. Like,
Thank
wow.
you, honestly.
Yeah.
Really grateful. Really grateful.
Hi, everybody. Yay. We are here on Heather Nichols' Facebook business page, and today we are talking about the generative business pause with Jeni Be.
Hi, guys.
Yay.
Hi.
And I'm so excited to ask you a couple questions about
Cool.
this.
Let's go for it. I'm excited to talk.
I love to talk. I love questions and I love talking, so we'll do well. So the generative business pods. Oh, wow. Okay, so what do you know about them?
What do I know about them? Wow. I started doing them nearly 5 years ago or 5 seasons ago, whatever way you want to look at that. And I bypassed 2. So the first 2 I missed, and I longingly looked at them saying, what would it take, universe, for me to get on there? And I had all these points of view that it was too much and it would be too intense for me, and like 6 months commitment and all this rubbish. And by the second time I looked at them, I was like, oh, if I'd have chosen this 6 months ago, I would be here now, and where would I be in my business? So these 6 months of not being in the pods made me question even more. And then it's the same again. So I didn't choose them then because I had points of view about money. My dad was really ill. I made every excuse under the sun. So when they came around for the third time, I was like, right, I'm choosing this. Universe, show me out. And basically, I dived in and I said to Heather, look, I'm a bit worried about money here because I can afford the first 2 months. And it was Maggie that said to me, look, don't worry about that, because what happens is as soon as you engage with